So Wilson Chowdhry is the chairman of United by Faith, and he's very kindly offered to speak for us today.
So good afternoon, friends. It's an honour to be with you today, and I want to thank Yochy, Mel, Vicky and all the organisers of Jewish and Proud Sussex Friends of Israel and Stop the Hate for inviting me to speak. My name is Wilson Chowdhry, chairman of United by Faith. I've already been introduced. I am a Pakistani Origin Christian and a human rights activist, and I stand with you today because I believe truth matters, and because I've seen what happens when hatred is allowed to grow unchecked. I come from a community that has suffered from persecution in Pakistan. Christians are murdered for their faith, jailed under blasphemy laws, and treated as second-class citizens. I know what it feels like to be demonised, to be lied about, and to be attacked for just for who you are. That's why I cannot stay silent, as Israel, and by extension, Jews around the world, are being vilified in a relentless, dangerous propaganda campaign. We are seeing a distortion of truth on a global scale. The October 7 massacre, where over 1,200 innocent people were slaughtered and 251 taken hostage, has somehow been buried under headlines that blame Israel for suffering caused by Hamas. Let's be clear, supporting Palestinian civilians does not require vilifying Jews or legitimising terror. But the propaganda we're seeing does exactly that, and it's fueling anti-Semitism in our towns, in our schools, in our places of worship. That is unacceptable. What's worse, humanitarian aid meant to save lives is being weaponized to shame Israel. Lorries sit waiting at the border, but the UN won't take the aid across, often citing chaos or refusing to work with more efficient partners like the US-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Hamas steals aid, uses it to fund its war machine, and then turns the cameras on starving children to blame Israel. Meanwhile, Israel is not allowing aid in. Israel is not only allowing aid in, it has today paused military operations 10 hours a day in Gaza City, Deir al-Balah and Mawasi to create humanitarian corridors. It's even carried out aid airdrops delivering flour, sugar and canned food in areas still under Hamas control, and allows other nations the same privilege. What other country fighting a genocidal terrorist group does that? And yet what dominates the headlines? Accusations, condemnation, demands for ceasefires without a single mention of the 50 hostages still held by Hamas, many of whom are presumed dead. Let me ask, how can there be peace while hostages remain in captivity? How can a meaningful process begin while Hamas, which started this war, still refuses even to allow the Red Cross to check on the captives? Any nation under attack has the right to defend itself. Israel has shown restraint. Even under extreme provocation, the world should be rallying behind the demand for hostage release, not rushing to label Israel as a war criminal while ignoring the brutality of Hamas. To my Jewish brothers and sisters, you are not alone. You have friends in the Christian world. You have allies who see the truth and will stand with you shoulder to shoulder against the lies. Today, let's change the narrative. Let's tell the world that truth matters, that Jewish lives matter, that Israel has the right to exist and defend itself, and that we will not be silenced by mobs or intimidated by hatred. Am Yisrael Chai. The people of Israel live, and so does truth, justice, and our shared humanity. Before I close, I must raise a serious concern about developments here in the UK. The government has appointed a working group chaired by Dominic Grieve to define anti-Muslim hatred or Islamophobia. While protecting Muslims, no ex-Muslims, secular thinkers or free speech advocates, and is likely to produce a vague, one-sided definition that could criminalise legitimate criticism of Islam. This risks creating a blasphemy law in all but name, threatening freedom of speech and conscience in a way we've seen weaponized in countries like Pakistan. That's why I'm asking you to sign my petitions calling for a pause in the process, proper public consultation and a balanced approach that protects all communities without censoring debate or dissent. You can find both petitions, including the official UK government online petition, on my blog at wilsonsthirdwayblogspot.com, or feel free to give me your email. I'll send it to Yochy.
Thank you.